from the University of Minnesota. Spot in the state tournament on the line next. The Section 6 Softball Championship. Game 2 for the title. Richfield and Armstrong on Channel 12 Sports. And welcome to the University of Minnesota for the Section 6 Class 3A Softball Championship. This is game 2 for the title after the Armstrong Falcons took the first game over Richfield 1-0 to advance to this championship round. And joining me now to call game 2 is Ann Campbell, the head coach at Hopkins High School. And Ann, I know you would rather be out there on the field or in the dugout, but this is a pretty good, exciting thing to watch here, isn't it?
Absolutely. We have two great teams out here. We got Richfield from the Minnesota Conference, and then we have Armstrong, who won the Classic Lake Conference. Should be a great matchup between two great teams with two great coaches.
Armstrong will have the exact same lineup as they used in game 1. Richfield will change just one thing. They're going to have Anna Williams pitching, and Laura Heisey will now be playing first base in this second game for the title. There's a look at the Armstrong lineup. Calhoun leading it off. Gian Hill batting second. Katie Weiberg at shortstop. Viseris, the pitcher, hits fourth. Katie Brendel hitting fifth. Britta Rettram, Lisa Van Dierendonk, Katie Hoyer, and Michelle Kenneth.
April Calhoun is a very tough out. She's got speed. She can hit away. She can drop that ball right down the line.
1 for 4 in game 1 for the championship, and Williams bounces that one about halfway there. Here's the defensive lineup for Richfield. They've got Lunenburg at third base, Jessica Smith at shortstop, second baseman Jessica Snively, and then Laura Heisey is now at first base. Weber, Markkinen, and Emily Rogers in the outfield. Karen Crane behind the plate, and Williams doing the pitching.
April led all the Classic Lake hitters this past season with the highest batting average.
And there's ball 2 outside, so 2-2 to the leadoff hitter. And of course, April runs very well, which in your perfect world, your leadoff hitter is also maybe your fastest player, and that's the case here. In on the hands, knocks it to third, and a nice pickup by Lunenburg, and just gets Calhoun by a step. The defense maybe just a touch shaky for Richfield in that first game. They wound up being charged with 4 errors, although I thought it was pretty stringent scorekeeping. A couple of those maybe were close to being base hits instead, but either way, the one run that did score was the result of an error. Gian Hill is the batter for Armstrong.
April Calhoun is just a fantastic leadoff hitter. It's real key for Armstrong to get her on the base so they can move her around.
Hill takes the ball here from Williams, and Richfield has used both pitchers throughout the season, Heisey and Anna Williams, and you see the numbers not half bad there for Anna Williams. They've been equally effective throughout this season. So after Heisey pitched game 1, Williams takes over for game 2.
Let's go, G.
A little tapper foul at the plate.
Nice hustle, G. Good hustle.
I would think that makes things just a little bit tougher on the Armstrong hitters to not be seeing the same pitcher as they saw in game 1. It's just a little bit more to learn about.
Definitely having 2 pitchers is a big plus for Richfield. Both of them throw the ball very, very hard, and they're both very, very good pitchers. So Armstrong does have the work cut out for him during this game.
3-2 count here to Gian Hill. Little tapper back to Williams, and flags it down with these. Throws her out. 2 gone here in the top of the first, and Katie Weiberg will be the batter for Armstrong. Routine play there for Williams. So Weiberg stepping in, looks at strike one. So Weiberger was 0 for 3 in the first game, although did reach on an error.
Katie is definitely the best hitter Armstrong has. She's in the 3 hole. She's capable of getting that extra base hit, making something happen. A very powerful hitter, very dangerous hitter.
And not this time, though. Williams wins the battle. Weiberg out on strikes, no runs, no hits, and no one left on base for the Falcons in the top half of the first. And Richfield and Kim Niederlucky will come up for the first time here in game 2, and they line up for the Spartans. Kim Lunneborg, the third baseman, leads it off. Emily Rogers in right field hitting second. Lisa Weber in left hitting third. Laura Heisey, first baseman, hitting the cleanup spot. The pitcher Williams hits fifth. Amber Westerhouse, the DH, hitting sixth. Karen Crane catching and batting seventh. Jessica Snively hitting eighth, and Jessica Smith, shortstop, bats in the number 9 spot. In the defense for Armstrong, Michelle Kenneth, Katie Weiberg, Gian Hill, and Lisa Van Dierendonk. In the infield, Katie Hoyer, April Calhoun, Britta Retram. In the outfield, Katie Brandel is the catcher, and Missy Becerris, right-hander, throwing here for the Falcons. And not probably too many you'd rather have on the pitching rubber rather than her in a section championship game.
Absolutely. A healthy Missy Becerris is probably the best pitcher in the state. Great rise ball, and she can also come back at you with a great changeup, and has great location with her other pitches also.
And got tougher when there were jams in that first game. They got some base runners on her and got some to third even, but not bending and giving in, coming up with some big strikeouts.
Missy certainly is just very mentally tough and has really pitched well this season, and it is, a big reason that Armstrong is playing for the finals, Region 6 AAA right now. Now,
I know you've probably been in this spot before. Does the pressure, the momentum shift a little bit from game 1 to game 2? I mean, Armstrong came in needing 2 wins. Richfield only needed 1. Does it change the mental outlook now for game 2?
Well, I think Richfield has been certainly on a great streak, and Armstrong's been battling back here, and they came out and played well this game. Kind of took a little momentum back to the Armstrong side. So I expect to see very tough defense today, and we'll see what the coaches strategize with.
Does it surprise you at all that Richfield got this far?
Not at all. Kim Niederlucky is one of the best coaches in the state of Minnesota, and I'm not surprised at all. Her kids are always very well coached. They hit the ball well. She's got good pitching, and they're playing good defense right now.
Yeah, Kim, I said, boy, tough to be 20-3 and be a number 6 seed. And she said, well, you look at the teams above us, there was reason that they should be seated high, so she was not upset with that seed at all. And really, when you get down to it, once you get into the tournament, really nobody remembers much anymore about who's seated where. It doesn't matter a whole lot at this point.
Definitely, you can throw those seed numbers right out the window as far as I'm concerned after we get playing, after that first pitch is thrown.
1-1 here to Lunneborg, who wouldn't go so far as to say she had Missy's number in the first game, but she did go 2 for 3, including a very hard hit leadoff double in the first inning. Swings and misses here. I noticed Armstrong's outfielders playing her a little bit deeper this time around. She got one between Hoyer and Calhoun rather in left center field in that first at bat of the series tonight. Hard hit ball here, and another base hit, this time to right center. Calhoun over to track it down, and will hold her to 1. Now, you suppose Kim Lunneborg, maybe it comes back between innings and says, just do like I do. It's not that hard to hit Missy.
Yeah, Missy just got it in there a little bit about around the kneecaps, and she just went with the pitch and took a nice cut at it.
Emily Rogers steps in here for the Spartans in a bunt situation you would certainly expect. Takes a strike. throwing with Becerras coming with some rise balls when they were in a bunt situation, and they got it up into the air a couple times, and it cost them.
Definitely the pitch you want to throw in a bunt situation. Missy also comes low and inside on that bunt situation too.
Well, that's when you know a pitcher is good, is when they're even hard to bunt against. And it's 0-2 now to Rogers. Third strike, she's out. One gone here in the bottom of the first, and Lisa Weber will be the hitter. And Lisa did not fare well in the opening game. Went 0 for 3, all strikeouts.
We'll see if Kim has her batter put the bunt down again. Or, yep, looks like they are.
Drops it down, but it's going to roll foul.
It's just so important to get that runner over to second base and scoring position. And early in the game too. You want to try to capitalize on every single person that gets on base.
Sarah stepping back off here. Laura Heisey waiting on deck here for Richfield as they try and bounce back from their first loss of this section tournament. They'd kind of been sailing through. Fouled back into the screen here, and Kim Niederlucky even said, you know, really everything's kind of gone our way. The close plays, the little breaks had gone their way up until today, and Armstrong comes in, takes game 1 from them, and now we're really in a spot where, you know, it's just one game for the title. It's nobody's favor anymore as far as the wins and losses. Foul back. This one will get into the seats.
Typically, in the Region 6 tournament, the team that makes the most mistakes will be the team that loses. So if you know, you want to try to put the ball down on the ground, keep it in play, make the other team make mistakes, put some pressure on their defense.
0-2. Weber still squaring, but it's going to swing, and she swings and misses here. Strike 3. 2 gone.
It looks like Richfield's having trouble putting that bunt down against Becerras.
Laura Heisey, the batter now for the Spartans. Game 1, she went 0 for 3 officially. Hit the ball to the third baseman every time. One of them reached on an error, though. And this is a foul for strike 1.
Heisey is a very good hitter. She's capable of really hitting the ball a long ways for power, and a very good hitter. Gets good extension with her arms, and I see her, if she gets a hold of one, it's going to go.
That one nicks her bat for a foul ball. Didn't mean to swing, didn't want to swing, but get the bat out of the way, so it's 0-2.
It looked like maybe Kim had a hit and run going on there, or maybe the runner was stealing.
Takes that one away for a ball. Brandel looked like she wanted to throw to first, but nobody really in position to take a throw. 1-2. Heisey tires of waiting for Becerras to accept her sign, so steps out of there. A little bit inside, 2-2.
Missy does a very nice job moving her pitches around. She'll come way inside, and then she'll bring it up, and now let's see where she brings it.
Away with that one, and it's full. Lifts this one out to left field. Hoyer has a beat on it and makes the catch, and the Spartans get a runner but can't score in the first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. After an inning, we are scoreless.
students in high school activities gain a better sense of sportsmanship. A message from the Minnesota State High School League.
Hi, I'm John Jacobson.
And I'm Jay Wilcox. We're the hosts of Channel 12 Sports Jam.
Here at Sports Jam, we don't use any gimmicks to make you watch our show.
That's right, we won't try to trick you with subliminal messages either.
Just one station brings you exciting highlights, features on local athletes, and candid interviews.
We'll just let Channel 12 Sports Jam speak for itself.
Welcome back. Second inning about to begin here. Missy Becerras, Katie Brandel, Britta Rettrum, the 4-5-6 hitters will step up for Armstrong against Anna Williams, the Richfield pitcher. Becerras, 1 hit and 3 trips the first time through. She's become a pretty good hitter.
Absolutely. Missy's worked real hard on her hitting, and she's definitely been a clutch hitter for him and knocking in runs and helping her own cause out there on the mound.
Williams had a 1-2-3 first. Seems to throw maybe a little bit harder than Heisey, who pitched the first game for Richfield.
Williams certainly brings the heat.
Smacked up the middle. Smith has it bounce against her body, but still throws Becerras out. 1 gone here in the second inning. Didn't handle it completely cleanly there, but still had time to throw it across. It'll bounce out of her hand just a little bit, but never lost concentration there and throws her out. Katie Brandel is the batter. Brandel knocks one to third. Lunneborg up with it. Guns it across in plenty of time and quickly 2 gone. Britta Rettrum will be the hitter. Good crowd on hand here, as you would expect for this section, kind of a mini state tournament, if you will. As good a field as you'll find in any of the sections by far. Britta Rettrum is the batter and takes a first pitch strike as she runs up the bunt.
Anna certainly likes to get ahead of on the count here. She likes to come in with that pitch, the first pitch being a strike. And now she's way ahead of the batter, 2-0.
Rettrum in the first game 0 for 3, but reached on an error and scored the only run of the game in the 5th inning on an overthrow to first, and on a sacrifice attempt by her teammate. Went all the way around from first to score. Still 0-2 here to Rettrum with 2 gone and nobody on base in the top of the second for Armstrong.
Kind of an unusual defense here. Richfield has their second baseman up close to the pitcher, and the first baseman's playing back. They must be expecting her to do some type of run and slap, but it looks like to me she's swinging away.
That one gets away from Williams a little bit in the dirt, 1-2. It is unusual. It takes away from the range, obviously, or the second baseman. But she is going to be able to charge in quick, maybe make a play that the pitcher won't be able to make. But you have to put it in play to make that happen, and Rettrum can't do it. Strikes out to end the top of the second. No runs, no hits, and no one left on base. We head to the bottom half of inning number 2, still scoreless.
Let's go, good defense.
Northwest Cities on Channel 12 shows you the city programs that help you improve your life, save you money, and keep you educated. Northwest Cities on Channel 12 introduces you to the people who run your city, protect your family, and improve your neighborhood. Northwest Cities on Channel 12 gives you the stories that keep you informed, take you inside, and get you involved with your city and your community. Northwest Cities, every day after Channel 12 News. Stormy and rainy or sunny and 80, the weather affects you. Just one station brings you up-to-the-minute weather every 10 minutes. Channel 12 with AccuWeather. In a matter of moments, Channel 12 and AccuWeather bring you the current weather conditions, hourly and 5-day forecasts, as well as satellite and radar pictures. So your leader for local news, sports, and events is now your leader for local weather too. Just one station brings you up-to-the-minute local weather every 10 minutes. AccuWeather on Channel 12.
Anna Williams getting set to step in to lead off the second here for Richfield. She'll be followed by Amber Westerhouse and Karen Crane in the Spartans lineup. 5, 6, and 7 hitters here in the bottom of the second. Starts her with a knuckler that misses.
Williams, besides being a great pitcher, she's also a very good hitter. Look for her to get hold of one for maybe extra bases.
1 for 3 in the opening game. And that was what was an important hit in the 7th inning. She squared the bunt and then pulled the bat back and drove a single into left. Richfield came close but didn't end up getting the tying run in that 7th, leaving the bases full.
She certainly got around on that slap from that last game, and I think kind of scared the third baseman a little bit. It came whizzing by her face pretty fast.
Come on, Missy, you can do it.
Williams is one of those hitters that she's confident enough that she can make contact. She's going to be up there attacking rather than just trying to fight it off, even against a good pitcher. Knuckleball again, and that one's over for a strike. 2-2.
Nice pitch, Missy.
Viserys drops this one. Still has time though, and fires it to get Williams one out in the second, and Amber Westerhouse will be the batter now for the Spartans.
And Viserys is doing a great job of keeping these hitters off balance. She came with that knuckleball changeup, probably throwing it around 50 miles an hour. Then comes right back with that fastball of hers, which is probably around 60 plus miles an hour.
Westerhouse looks at strike one. Amber 0 for 3 in the first game. Hit the ball in the air every time, including once on a bunt attempt. A little pop out and foul ground to the third baseman, Michelle Kenneth, in that case. Strike 2. Even though, as I said in the first game, Viserys missed last year because of injury, you think how many pitches has this young lady thrown in pressure spots in her life, summer ball and high school ball. Not going to phase her being in the section championship.
No, and she seems to be very composed out on the mound. Even when Richfield had bases loaded last inning, she just seemed very much in control. Nice pitch.
Lifted out to center. Calhoun ranges over and makes the catch. 2 gone here in the second, and Karen Crane will be the batter for Richfield.
That was an outstanding changeup that Missy threw. The batter was way under that one.
Crane, a couple of strikeouts and a pop to short in the first game, so 0 for 3. Ball 1 here. The winner gets Park Cottage Grove in the state quarterfinals in North Mankato.
Whichever team it is, the Region 6 AAA will be very well represented here with either Armstrong or Richfield. On that changeup Viserys throws, the hitters are just so far out front, expecting her to throw her fastballs. There it is again.
1 and 2 here to Crane.
As a pitcher, you want to keep these hitters on their toes, and you do not want to become predictable.
Blows that one by her. Change up and then the heat.
Nice.
No runs, no hits, and no one left on base for Richfield in the second. We are scoreless through 2 in the Section 6 championship.
Are so many businesses advertising on Channel 12?
It's generated a lot more business. As far as my wedding cakes, that's what I was gearing toward, and I think my wedding cakes increased about 40% over the past year. The commercial ran all last year, and it really boosted that up.
Call Chuck Moberg at 533-8196 to put the power of Channel 12 advertising to work for your business.
Contestant number 1, which category is it going to be?
Community Journal for 400.
Community Journal is a weekly show which features A, local businesses, B, profiles on people, C, a closer look at city government, D, lifestyles, or E, all the above.
E, all the above?
You've got that much right. Jumping to the bonus question for 1200. Community Journal is on how many times a day?
Community Journal is on 3 times a day?
Section 6 title on the line here. Game 2 for the championship. Armstrong won the first one to force this second game, and we are scoreless through a couple innings. 7, 8, 9 hitters here for Armstrong. Lisa Van Dierendonk, Katie Hoyer, and Michelle Kenneth will step up in the third against Anna Williams. I'm Jay Wilcox, along with Ann Campbell, the Hopkins softball coach, and probably some of our fans know Ann, but you've also done some coaching at Armstrong in the winter.
Spent a couple seasons there as the sophomore girls basketball coach, and really enjoyed my time with that program. Very good program. Coach Weldon and Coach Hall.
Smack to third. Lunenburg has some trouble with it. Comes up throwing, though, and guns Van Dierendonk out. 5-3 on the putout. One gone here in the third. Didn't handle it completely cleanly, but when you're in there at third, you've got a little time. And Van Dierendonk is an average base runner, not the fastest on the team, but not the slowest. So Hoyer will step up here for Armstrong. Strike one.
And again, Richfield changes their defense. They bring their first baseman back, bring the second baseman up. The purpose of the run and slap is you want to try to get it, actually a slow roller to the shortstop, indicating that you have speed enough to beat the throw down to first.
One ball, one strike here to Hoyer. Fouls this one back. So in this alignment, does it kind of change the responsibility of the pitcher, the spot that she'll be expected to cover?
Well, it seems like to me that second baseman is up there to cover anything close to her, and perhaps some in the pitching circle.
1-2, and this one tapped right to the second baseman. Works perfectly. Snively flipping over, and now if she's back, that one may very well be a base hit.
Well, it looks like Armstrong played right into the hands of Richfield, and they must know that that's where she's going with it.
Yeah, that would be a tough play for the pitcher if she was, if the second baseman was not uptight like that. So Michelle Kenneth will be the hitter.
And also keeping the first baseman back, it keeps it simple about who's going to cover first, and there's no question it's going to be the first baseman.
And you see so many times that throwing to a player who is still on the move is a lot harder than throwing to a stationary target.
Well, and Richfield keeps that ball inside on that hitter, too. As a hitter, run a slap, you must get it to the left side for any chance of getting on.
Kenneth fouls this one up and off her body. Foul ball, strike.
The other advantage of the run and slap is if you would bunt the ball right down the first base line.
Kenneth in the first game struck out a couple times and then drew a walk late in the game. Right back to Williams on one hop, flip to first base, and once again Armstrong goes 1-2-3. They've yet to get a base runner through 3. No runs, no hits, no one left on. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Richfield and Armstrong 0-0.
Why are so many businesses advertising on Channel 12?
I think the biggest thing I get is the fact that it's in my market area, and I am not advertising in areas where it's very difficult for me to do business. I think if they're looking at another exposure for advertising their business or their products, they should be looking at Cable 12. The payback for what you get is worth it.
Call Chuck Moberg at 533-8196 to put the power of Channel 12 advertising to work for your business.
Northwest Cities on Channel 12 shows you the city programs that help you improve your life, save you money, and keep you educated. Northwest Cities on Channel 12 introduces you to the people who run your city, protect your family, and improve your neighborhood. Northwest Cities on Channel 12 gives you the stories that keep you informed, take you inside, and get you involved with your city and your community. Northwest Cities, every day after Channel 12 News.
Welcome back to the University of Minnesota. Missy Becerra is getting set to work to the 8, 9, and 1 hitters of Richfield in inning number 3. Jessica Snively, Jessica Smith, and then the top of the order, Kim Lunneborg. Snively in game 1, a couple of walks and a single, so she was a thorn in Becerra's side at the bottom of the order.
Yep, and there comes Missy getting ahead with a strike on that first pitch, and again, as a pitcher, you want to take total control out there on that mound.
Right back to Becerra on one hop. Studies the ball for a second and then flips over to first base, one gone.
Seems like both pitchers are doing quite a bit of fielding. A lot of balls hit right back at them.
Becerra's got the laces lined up where she wanted him to make that throw. Knew she had plenty of time. And Jessica Smith is the hitter now for the Spartans. Yeah, it's important when you on your follow-through that you wind up in a good fielding position too as a pitcher, and both of the pitchers have been able to do that.
They both seem very, very calm out there when the ball is hit back to them. There's no panic, there's no rush to throw. They don't. Sometimes pitchers like to run it over there and just toss it underhand. When they're throwing underhand so much, sometimes it's a different adjustment to pick it up and throw overhand.
Smith, a little looper. This one will fall in. Calhoun thinks about a throw to first, but won't be able to do it. And one runner on for Richfield here in the third with a single for Jessica Smith.
Well, let's see what Coach Niederlicky's going to do here with one out.
Nice job of hitting here, and Kim talked about how they've done. He felt like the bottom of their lineup has done a good job of being contact hitters. You don't want to have easy outs anywhere in your lineup, and they don't. Lunneborg stepping up, and she rifles one to deep left. Foul.
Boy, she got a hold of that one. She got all of that ball.
Big sigh of relief on the Armstrong side as Kim really roped that one, but just got out front of it a little bit too much. Katie Hoyer would have had a long way to go to catch up to this ball.
Well, knowing that the pitchers are trying to get ahead in the count, Kim Niederlicky might have had a hit and run going on there too. Get those hitters swinging at that first pitch.
Now if you're Becerra, you just have to say a deep breath. That was just a strike. A strike like any other one.
Long strike.
Yep.
And now she's ahead in the batter. Now it's 0-2. And again, Becerra is in control, and she's going to make this hitter hit something perhaps out of the hitting zone.
Come on, Missy. Let's go, Falcons. Get tough out there.
Knuckler, Kenneth trying to flag it and just knocks it down, but has no play. And Richfield will have runners at first and second. Lunneborg aboard. They'll score that one an error on Kenneth, and runners at first and second now. Got it on the tip of her glove, but not able to pull it in. So Rogers will be the batter. Rogers a strikeout victim in her first time up, so Richfield trying to get a little rally going here in the bottom of the third. Bunts and misses, strike one.
Many times your second batter in your lineup is your best bunter, so it looks like Kim Niederlicky was having her put something down on the ground here. Out.
Bunts it into the air instead, and Brando makes the catch. And there are 2 outs, and Richfield has had trouble with that, as I said earlier, in the first game. That happened a couple of times, including once to that player, Emily Rogers. Bunted it up in the air.
Execution is so crucial in this game of fast pitch. When the coach gives you that bunt, you got to do everything you can to put that ball down on the ground.
Still, you know, obviously it's not as easy as it might look, but there are a lot of players who have trouble with it. Here's a little looper into center, and that should score a run perhaps. Here comes Calhoun's throw in time. Calhoun to Katie Brando. And I spoke too soon on that run. Jessica Smith is out at the plate, and Armstrong survives the inning. For Richfield, no runs, 2 base hits, 1 Armstrong error, and a couple left on base, and a strong throw here for Calhoun.
Right on the money.
Safe.
Close play at the plate there. Brando trying to block out, and
nope, she tagged her on her knee.
Oh. So after 3, 0-0.
Stormy and rainy or sunny and 80, the weather affects you. Just one station brings you up to the minute weather every 10 minutes. Channel 12 with AccuWeather. In a matter of moments, Channel 12 and AccuWeather bring you the current weather conditions, hourly and 5-day forecasts, as well as satellite and radar pictures. So your leader for local news, sports, and events is now your leader for local weather too. Just one station brings you up to the minute local weather every 10 minutes. AccuWeather on Channel 12.
Welcome back. A close play at the plate as Armstrong dodges a bullet here, and we'll take another quick look at this.
Great play by Armstrong. April Calhoun came up throwing. She made a throw right on the money, and the catcher hung onto that ball and had the plate blocked and got her on her leg before she touched home plate. And speaking of April Calhoun, here she is.
Calhoun, Hill, and Weiberg, the 1-2-3 hitters for Armstrong in the 4th. They have yet to produce a base runner. Calhoun dropping one down. Williams to throw to first base in time.
April is so fast. If she can keep it away from those fielders, she gets down first base as fast as anybody I've ever seen. Just a little too much right there on that. She could have maybe brought it down the first baseline a little bit more. Just a step away.
Gian Hill will be the batter here for the Falcons. And a little blooper that's going to get over the Armstrong dugout and out of play, strike 1.
But Richfield did the right thing trying to send that runner in last inning. You gotta take chances. This game is gonna be 0-0 perhaps for a long time, and when you get somebody on, you gotta go. You gotta get them in.
Well, you forced the defense to make the perfect play, and in that case they did, but I agree. That was a good play to send her, a fast runner, and was very close to making it. There's a strike, 1 and 2. Kind of interesting that, you know, in some, I would say probably the majority of teams, we'll tell you after this pitch here, a little chopper down to second. Snively flips to first for the out. I would say the majority of teams probably at this point in the year have one pitcher that is their ace that they're going to go with in both games of a doubleheader. Richfield, I think, though, these pitchers both knew coming in that would probably be the case. It wasn't like, you know, somebody's heartbroken that they're not pitching game 2. This is kind of the way they've done it. They're both very good. And when you have it set up that way, I think it's a lot easier. It wasn't a hard choice probably for Kim at this point.
Well, and also when they're not pitching, they're still in the game. They're playing first base and they're still in the hitting lineup. So it seems like they work very well together and very compatible.
Katie Weiberg, the hitter, she struck out her first time up. Doesn't happen all that often to Katie, a very good hitter, as Ann said in the first at bat, 1-1.
Katie is a very determined hitter. Her mind is made up that she's going to make something happen up in that batter's box and really battle. She's a very, very tough out.
tops this one, and Williams up with it again, flips over to first base, and she's sailing along. No runs, no hits, and no one left on base for Armstrong in the fourth. We'll head to the bottom half of the inning, still scoreless.
Contestant number 1, which category is it going to be?
Community Journal for 400.
Community Journal is a weekly show which features A, local businesses, B, profiles on people, C, a closer look at city government, D, lifestyles, or E, all the above.
E, all the above?
You've got that much right. Jumping to the bonus question for 1200. Community Journal is on how many times a day?
Community Journal is on 3 times a day?
Northwest Cities on Channel 12 shows you the city programs that help you improve your life, save you money, and keep you educated. Northwest Cities on Channel 12 introduces you to the people who run your city, protect your family, and improve your neighborhood. Northwest Cities on Channel 12 gives you the stories that keep you informed, take you inside, and get you involved with your city and your community. Northwest Cities, every day after Channel 12 News.
We head to the bottom of the fourth. Laura Heisey, Anna Williams, and Amber Westerhouse will bat for the Richfield Spartans. They are tied up 0-0 with Armstrong in the Section 6 Class 3A championship.
Richfield sends some big hitters up to the plate right now. 4, 5, and 6.
Heisey flied to left her first time up. Hard to believe this team was only third place in the Minnesota Conference this year. All of their 3 losses, or now they have 4, though including one Armstrong, but all of their 3 regular season losses were in conference play. So the first thought you'd say is that maybe that they didn't, went to a little bit easier league from the Classic Lake, but also that must be pretty tough.
Well, I do know that we missed Richfield in the Classic Lake Conference. They brought to it some great games and some great rivalries, and it's always good to see them again here in the Region 6 tournament.
Except when they're beating Hopkins in that second round.
We were hoping for a second chance.
Heisey back in there, 1-1 count here against Becerris. Looked pretty good from here, but we don't have the straight-on angle, and it's 2-1.
Might have been just a little bit low. Again, Becerris mixing it up, coming low, and maybe now she'll come high or inside or outside.
That one was a strike. That's one thing that, so many times you hear people groaning about a small strike call, but boy, if you're a hitter or a pitcher, you have to just forget it immediately. There's going to be a couple along the way that you don't like, but that's part of the game, and you have to just wipe it out of your mind. You can't be up there thinking, well, if he hadn't cheated me on that other call, I would have had her out or whatever.
Absolutely.
Heisey fooled a little bit, but got a piece of that one. Still 2-2.
Nice try, Brando.
Definitely, I believe this umpire has been very consistent calling balls and strikes both ways, the same way for both teams, which is probably more important than what we think is happening.
Rifles this one past third, but foul.
She jumped all over that. Looked like a rise ball. Looks like Richfield's being very aggressive with the first couple pitches here and really going at it.
Becerris giving her defense time to get back into position as they track that foul ball down. And
it might be a little wet too here. Need to throw out a dry ball.
Yeah, we did have, right at the end of game 1, a little bit of a shower, and then more than a little bit in between games. Came down pretty good for just probably 10 minutes or so. But field back in very good condition here. This is a beautiful complex. Nothing against Miller Park, but this is the big time when you get to play down here. Cut and a miss out front of the changeup, and Becerris gets a big K here to start the fourth, and Anna Williams will be the hitter.
This is definitely one of the best facilities, I would say, in the upper Midwest. The renovations they've done to this, it's a thrill for anybody to come here and get a chance to play.
Now, the field itself was always very nice for the players to come play on, and then just kind of updated and made it a more comfortable facility for the spectators. And made it more like a stadium instead of a field with some bleachers, that's for sure.
Outstanding facility.
Williams bounced back to Becerris her first time up, so she is 0 for 1 in the game. Quick trigger up there. Doesn't take her long to get the head of the bat into the hitting zone.
You also see that she stands up in the box, which means that she's trying to catch that ball before it starts to break. And you have to have very quick hands to be able to be up in that box.
Missy up high with that one. 2-1.
Williams did a nice job laying off that. That rise ball, it looks like it's coming right in, and then it jumps up there right across the plate.
A little blooper, and it falls foul. Fortunately so for Armstrong. It was too far back for Van Dierendonk to get to. And it had a lot of backspin. Had it landed fair, it was going to kick away from the fielder Hill and probably be some trouble for the Falcons. So 2-2. Good battle here between Williams and Becerris.
Up high again.
Fouls this one back, and another nice grab there off hit a guide wire, and then guy made the catch.
Definitely a great battle up here right now. You've got the Richfield pitcher in the box, and Missy's coming at her, and Williams is going after each pitch. Change up.
Knocks it to Weiberg. Throw is low, and Williams is aboard. E6, and Richfield has a base runner with a 1 out in the 4th. Weiberg fields it cleanly, but just took something off the throw, and it hits the dirt. Van Dierendonk couldn't make the play. And Elliott will be a courtesy runner for Williams at first.
Yeah, Katie just short hopped it to the first baseman. That play probably should have been caught. That's a tough break for Armstrong and a lucky break for Richfield.
There's a look at our courtesy runner, Anna Elliott, I believe it is. Aaron, I'll get it yet. Aaron Elliott, sorry, Aaron.
And the bunt. Oh, it hit her bat.
Foul ball. Umpire spotted it right away, just about as soon as Ann Campbell did. A good call, Ann.
Well, I tell you what, if she was out of that box and it would have hit her bat again, she would be out. Very lucky. Her feet were still in the batter's box. So it's a foul ball.
This is Amber Westerhouse. She flied to center her first time up. Squaring again. We'll see if she considers slapping and does, and misses it. Might have fouled it.
Right. The corners were coming in for Armstrong. They were pretty close there. So Coach Neerlicke is having her player pull back and slap. With Becerris, you're going to have to pull back a lot sooner than that to get back around on it again.
So 0-2 here to Westerhouse. Gets away from Brandel. Runner going. Brandel's throw to second base. Not going to be in time. Elliott is in.
I was just thinking that maybe Coach Neerlicke might have her steal, but on that pass ball with the catcher, she's off and running.
Let's go now.
Well, she still comes up, makes a nice throw right on the line, and just too late.
Well, Westerhouse try to put the ball in play, at least try to move the runner up here. 1-2. Takes a pitch wide. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The rise ball, that's Missy's bread and butter pitch. When she needs a big pitch, she's going to come with that rise ball. The batter almost took a bite for that.
cut and a miss. Down on strikes goes Amber Westerhouse, and there are 2 outs.
Again, Viserys came high the last pitch, now she comes back low the next pitch. Very frustrating for a hitter to be facing Missy Viserys with her variety of pitches that she can throw.
Yeah, it's hard to really get a beat on what's coming. You know, anybody, even if they throw hard or whatever, if you figure, well, it's going to come probably over the plate belt high, most good hitters are going to be able to find it, but you don't know exactly what you're going to get with her.
Right, and Richfield does have 3 hits off Viserys, and so Richfield is getting their bat out on that ball.
Karen Crane is the batter. Karen, a strikeout victim, her first time up 0 for 1, and I'd kind of forgotten until a moment ago, she took a foul ball off her throwing hand in the first game. She's a catcher, and fortunate that she's back in there. I thought for a moment that she might have some problems with that thumb. Misses there, 1-0.
Viserys came with her change-up knuckleball there, and just a little bit high for a ball.
And 2-0.
With the runner in scoring position, you don't want to give her anything too good to hit. So Missy's really trying to make Crane hit something out of the hitting zone there.
Fouls this one back, and it's 2-1.
That was a nice comeback pitch for Missy.
Yeah, when you're talking about the rise ball up and out of the zone, it's funny. It sounds funny to say, but really the best pitchers are the ones who make you hit pitches that maybe aren't even strikes. I mean, you get ahead and then.
And yep, then you have to hit something that they're throwing, and for sure it won't be anything real good.
2-2 as Crane has a cut and a miss. Seen a few Richfield hitters that. And maybe it seems as though they're pulling their head off the ball just a little bit. I mean, the first order of business has to be making contact rather than taking that big cut.
Coach Niederlicky coaches her hitters, I believe, to be very, very aggressive hitters. They go up there swinging hard. There's no in-betweens with her. I think they're just all going for it here.
Called third strike. Brandel going to have to make the tag. And Crane fakes a little bit and then says, well, okay, I'm going to be out. Viserys strikes out the side around an error. So Richfield done in the 4th. No runs, no hits, 1 Armstrong error, and 1 left on. Through 4, we're scoreless.
I'm handsome.
Fact: fine arts activities can increase a student's self-esteem. A message from the Minnesota State High School League.
Why are so many businesses advertising on Channel 12?
Because it works. It's worked for us, and like I say, it's reasonably priced. I was surprised when we first checked into it how affordable it was. I always thought, advertising on TV was expensive. Very effective and very affordable, I think, would be the best way to describe it.
Call Chuck Moberg at 533-8196 to put the power of Channel 12 advertising to work for your business.
Hi, I'm John Jacobson.
And I'm Jay Wilcox. We're the hosts of Channel 12 Sports Jam.
Here at Sports Jam, we don't use any gimmicks to make you watch our show.
That's right. We won't try to trick you with subliminal messages either.
Just one station brings you exciting highlights, features on local athletes, and candid interviews.
We'll just let Channel 12 Sports Jam speak for itself.
Armstrong and Richfield for the Section 6 championship, scoreless through the first 4 innings. Falcons will have Viserys, Brendel, and Rettrum, the 4, 5, 6 hitters. They have yet to get a base runner against Anna Williams in this ballgame. And till now, it gets over Smith's glove, and Becerris is aboard to start inning number 5.
I was just going to say another great matchup here with a pitcher throwing to pitcher there in the hitter's box. Missy was very aggressive on that, went right after that ball, and it just over the head of the shortstop.
And we'll have a courtesy runner here for the Falcons. Aaron Landecker will come on to run. Katie Brandel is the batter, so first hit of the game for Armstrong. Brandel bounced to third her first time up, 0 for 1. Presumably will be asked to sacrifice here. Seems a safe bet anyway.
Well, it's what this game is all about. It's about execution, putting that butt down, being able to move and advance your teammate up into a position where we can get her in on a hit.
Tries to slap. Here's a throw to first.
Got her.
No! Back in is Landecker with the right hand.
That was very, very, very close.
Way to get back. Good job.
I'm not sure what that hitter was doing up there, if she had a sacrifice bunt or a slap or push or
that
what.
Was not a
and
pretty
way out of the
sight.
box. Oh, just got her hand back in. Looks like the bunt's on again. Let's see what happens here.
Bunts it up in the air for strike 2. And you know, I think sometimes some of the hitters, you got some people charging in so close that they're they lose their concentration a little bit, and just getting the ball down is.
Well, it seems like this hitter is trying to bunt and run at the same time, and what I always try to tell my kids is turn around, put the ball down, then run. Don't even think about running on a sacrifice bunt. Just get that ball down and play.
Because even if you bunt the ball, back a little bit too hard to the pitcher, say, that's better than bunting it in the air, and it's better than striking out.
Absolutely, you've got to move your runner up to second.
Another throw back to first, and it hits the knee of the base runner, and it'll move Armstrong up a base there. Landecker, just kind of an unfortunate break for Richfield as it hit Landecker in the knee, I think, and she will move up to second.
The runner got off base, and they're coming back with the second baseman coming behind, and totally hits off her glove and away. That's a huge mistake
for
Richfield.
I have to score that as a throwing error on the catcher, Crane, I guess, as it hit the base runner in the leg. Kind of an unfortunate break, but so Brandel hitting now, 0-2, but a runner at second and nobody out. Right back up the middle, Williams fakes to second, chases the runner back and throws to first for the out. Nice play.
Nice job. Williams, with that look back, kept that runner right there at second base. Fields it cleanly, looks her back. As soon as that runner changed her direction and headed back to second, Williams made that play to first.
That's the nice thing about you being the pitcher in that spot, is you still have plenty of time to get an out at first, even when you make a nice fake like that. This one hit Retram.
Foul
ball. It ended up looking like an ideal bunt, but it was actually bunt off her foot and then to the third baseman.
Heads up over there now.
It looks like we have a left-handed hitter here who can certainly put down that bunt and perhaps hit away.
This is inside. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Britta Retram, the sophomore outfielder for the Falcons.
And again, Richfield brings their second baseman up close. They must have a good scouting report on this hitter. She must pull it all the time. There's the bunt.
Bunts it foul. Oh, wait a minute.
I'm not sure about this. Perhaps it was an illegal pitch.
Runner being awarded third base here for Armstrong.
They must have thought that Williams came off the rubber there. Or was it a pass ball?
No, she definitely bunted that one foul, didn't she?
Yeah, definitely foul ball.
Here I was hoping I'd rely on your expertise there, and for the that must have been an illegal pitch is what they called there, because Richfield did not argue.
Nope, and the runner on a legal pitch, dead ball, the runner advances one base.
There's a strike and now full.
That was a nice pitch. Full count here, 1 out. Big pitch coming up for Williams.
And they're going to send a runner in, Becerras.
Well, they're bringing Missy back out. Her courtesy runner is on third base, and now they're bringing Missy back out.
Can't say that I've seen that before.
The courtesy runner rule is new this year to the high schools here in Minnesota. At first, I was a little bit opposed to it, but I can definitely see the benefits of bringing somebody perhaps with speed off the bench to help you.
Sliced foul toward the Richfield dugout. Still full count here to Britta Rettrum. So runner at third base and only 1 out for Armstrong as they try and break the deadlock here. This is the inning that they scored on for their 1-0 win in game 1.
The good thing about the courtesy runner, it doesn't go against the player, the pitcher or the catcher that they're running for. They can use that courtesy runner all game long.
In the dirt for ball 4, and Rettrum is aboard. And she's just going to keep on running, and Becerras will head back to third. The throw there is in the dirt, and Rettrum will wind up at second.
Nice aggressive move by the Falcons to keep that runner going all the way to second.
So Van Dierendonk will hit second and third and 1 out. Yeah, you can't afford to give up a run in this spot, so they didn't even elect to make a play on Rettrum. That 1 run is so important.
Right, you don't want to take a chance at throwing that ball away.
Van Dierendonk bounced to third her first time, 0 for 1. Ball 1.
Williams just missed on that pitch. She does like to get ahead in the batters, and now she finds herself behind here with 1 ball and no strike.
Foul back.
Come on, Doc, you can do it.
Let's see if Coach Brinkman has her hitting away or perhaps putting down some type of suicide bunt here, trying to get somebody across.
Come on, Doc.
Oh my gosh! Oh my!
1 run is in. Here comes the second runner, and the throw hits the first baseman, and it's 2-0 Falcons. That is about the strangest play you'll ever see.
Oh
and
my gosh!
That hurt. Oh my! Laura Heisey got hit at point-blank range in the jaw by that throw. Also,
that ball did some pretty wild things going down that baseline. It curved foul, and then it spun back in fair before first base.
and then it actually ended up hitting the bag itself.
Good job, Lisa.
Van Dierendonk could never duplicate this in a million years if she tried. Look at the spin on this. It starts out
right
foul.
off the end of her bat, just like a pool cue. Oh, they couldn't pick it up. And then here the right fielder picks it up. Oh.
She actually, I think, collided with another teammate, and that forced the throw that went right into the jaw of first baseman Heisey. So here's Becerras. Now she can score easily, but some heads-up running by Rettrum just keeps on motoring. 2-0 Falcons.
Wow, that's definitely one of the strangest plays I have seen.
Katie Hoyer is the batter for Armstrong, so an infield hit for Van Dierendonk of the strangest variety, and 2-run score on the play. And there's a wild pitch. Van Dierendonk will head to second.
Williams has got to come back here and get control and stay composed. Richfield's a very good hitting team. They're very capable of coming back and scoring some runs. With one out here, Richfield needs to get an out here.
Come on, Hoyer! Falcons!
Another one in the dirt. This one blocked by Crane. Now I'm going to have to draw the line here. They've scored that play as an error on Richfield on the one that you got to hit. And when the ball bounces off the bag like that, there is no way in the world that that's an error on the second baseman. She bobbled it a little bit. It changed direction at the last second like that. That's a base hit. I'm going to overrule here. Drop down and foul by Hoyer.
That ball had so much spin on it. She hit that ball very, very tip of her bat, and very unusual how it was rolling foul, then totally spin towards the infield for a fair ball.
Yeah, that's a case where the first baseman Heisey, by being alert and getting over there, almost it cost her if it stayed right away where it was going. There's a liner, and Lunneborg, a great catch at third. Whoa.
That was a fabulous defensive play by the third baseman.
2 outs. Great cat-like reactions over there, Lunneborg. She made a good catch in the first game, too, and just flags that. It might have been going foul, I think it was, but either way, a great grab. And Michelle Kenneth is the hitter for the Falcons.
Great play. Come on, Michelle!
There's a strike.
It's amazing that Heisey didn't come out of the game after being hit so hard with the ball like that. I'm sure, hope they put some ice on that in between innings here.
Yeah, it's one of those plays where everything is kind of chaotic and you just don't expect a fielder to be in the way. And I actually, as we saw it again, I didn't notice the first time. I think Rogers, the right fielder, was actually bumped into by her teammate, and that forced the throw to be even more so offline. And hit Heisey.
Ouch.
Swing and a miss. The ball is in the dirt, though, and Kenneth is going to make it. Kenneth strikes out but reaches first on a wild pitch.
Williams seems to have trouble hitting her spots right now. She's throwing a lot of balls in the dirt. And that's hard for a catcher to handle those a lot, especially with runners on base. It makes it a little bit nervous.
Did it even hit the umpire? Maybe somehow it took a wild carom and Crane didn't have much chance. Calhoun will be the hitter here for the Falcons. Runners at first and third, and would not be a big surprise to see Kenneth take off here and try and draw a throw.
Again, a very dangerous hitter in Calhoun.
Strike. Kenneth starts but stops.
Come on, April! Just need one! Come on, April!
0-1 here.
And again, it looks like Richfield has their second baseman up. First baseman's back a little bit. Shortstop's way back.
Calhoun knocks it into right field, and that'll be a base hit. A run scores 3-0. Now they've got Kenneth trapped, but she's going to make third. Oh boy, things falling apart right now for the Spartans.
April got a good bat swing on that ball, drove it into right field to score a run.
So 3-0 Falcons, runners at the corners. Strokes this one into right. Only question was whether it was going to hit the base runner, and alert play to get out of the way there. And Calhoun moves too well to get an out at first on that.
Way too fast to get her at first.
Jan Hill will be the batter, and if you're Armstrong here, you don't let up on the throttle at all because you know same type of weird things could happen the other way.
Absolutely, and Richfield has got to get out of this inning.
Hill will bounce back to the pitcher and a grounder to second. She is 0 for 2. But a huge fifth inning here for the Falcons. 3 runs are in.
Runners.
Are they going to award these runners a spot? Oh, this is going to be close here. Williams started and stopped. They're asking, was time called? Both coaches over, and I believe we may have a runner scoring. Yep, runners will move up again. And Kenneth comes in.
That's too bad. That's too bad. I'm sure Anna probably hasn't had that called against her all year, and in this game alone, there's been twice now where they've called a delayed dead ball, illegal motion on the mound, and runners have advanced.
I'm not really sure what made Williams hold up here.
Just somehow it seemed like her rhythm just started to break a little bit.
So
And Coach Niederlich, 4-0. Kim's out there trying to get these kids settled down a little bit and get out of this inning here.
A wild fifth inning here, to say the least. A little bit of everything, and Armstrong has put 4 runs on the board.
On 2 hits and 2 Richfield errors.
Boy, and you think right now, I kind of forget until I look down that they had not had a base runner until this inning, and now that's all they've got everywhere.
Yep, no hits and no base runners until the big fifth.
So Hill stepping back in there. Calhoun now at second, and she is a threat to take third. With the third baseman up, they're going to have to be wary. Hill, a little blooper to center, going to be a long run, but the catch made there by Markkinen. So Richfield finally escapes the trouble in the fifth, but a huge inning for Armstrong. 4 runs in the inning on 3 base hits, 1 error, and 1 left aboard. It is 4-0 Falcons.
Fact: students in high school activities gain a better sense of sportsmanship. A message from the Minnesota State High School League.
Hi, I'm John Jacobson.
And I'm Jay Wilcox. We're the hosts of Channel 12 Sports Jam.
Here at Sports Jam, we don't use any gimmicks to make you watch our show.
That's right. We won't try to trick you with subliminal messages either.
Just one station brings you exciting highlights, features on local athletes, and candid interviews.
We'll just let Channel 12 Sports Jam speak for itself.
Armstrong now up 4-0 as we head to the bottom half of the fifth. Jessica Snively, Jessica Smith, Kim Lunneborg will hit for the Spartans here, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters against Missy Becerris. And boy, the game sure turns in a hurry. 0-0 tie. Williams was sailing along, and all of a sudden Armstrong puts 4 up. Blooper here, and Hill, the second baseman, makes the grab, nearly collided with the right fielder Retrum, but able to hang on and make the catch. And there is 1 out here in the 5th inning. Not real good communication there by the Falcons, but I guess bottom line is they make the catch and they also avoid smashing into each other.
Well, when the ball's up like that, that infielder must go back on it until that outfielder calls her off. And you know, she moved back a couple steps and made a nice play on it.
Smith trying to bunt, and the ball was a little inside, so she didn't get a real good attempt at that one. It's 0-1. Smith singled her first time up, and she was thrown out by the slimmest of margins trying to score on a base hit by her teammate Lisa Weber, as Calhoun, the center fielder, threw her out trying to score from second on a single. Liner, and Becerris.
Calhoun's play at the plate to take out that Richfield runner, I believe, gave Armstrong a little bit of momentum coming in.
Check this one out. Becerris, cool as can be.
Absolutely. She looks the same out there. She looks like she's having a lot of fun out on that mound and is really enjoying the game.
Kim Lunneborg, the hitter, takes a first pitch strike. She's had some good cuts against Missy in both these games. Had a single in the first, reached on an error in the third. and also had a couple hits in game number 1. She poked a long, loud foul in their last trip up.
Oh, 2 changeups in a row there. Nice pitch by Viseras to get ahead on the batter. Wonder if she'll throw it again.
She sure did. Swing and a miss. That was beautiful. Viseras works a quick 5th inning. 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, and no one left on base. To inning number 6 we go. Armstrong 4 and Richfield nothing.
West Cities on Channel 12 shows you the city programs that help you improve your life, save you money, and keep you educated. Northwest Cities on Channel 12 introduces you to the people who run your city, protect your family, and improve your neighborhood. Northwest Cities on Channel 12 gives you the stories that keep you informed, take you inside, and get you involved with your city and your community. Northwest Cities, every day after Channel 12 News. Stormy and rainy or sunny and 80, the weather affects you. Just one station brings you up-to-the-minute weather every 10 minutes. Channel 12 with AccuWeather. In a matter of moments, Channel 12 and AccuWeather bring you the current weather conditions, hourly and 5-day forecasts, as well as satellite and radar pictures. So your leader for local news, sports, and events is now your leader for local weather too. Just one station brings you up-to-the-minute local weather every 10 minutes. AccuWeather on Channel 12.
Weiberg, Viseras, and Brandl, the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up for Armstrong in inning number 6. They put 4 runs on the board in the 5th to jump out to a 4-0 lead, which we sure think will be tough to come back from, but Richfield has a couple more cracks at it. And Armstrong will try and keep the momentum going from that inning, takes a strike.
Absolutely. You cannot count Richfield out yet. They've got just a great hitting team, and if they can get a break or 2 here in the next couple innings, you could see some runs perhaps up on the board.
A little tapper to third. Lunenborg's going to have a tough throw, but gets her. Nice throw across, and Weiberg is out. And you know, sometimes, Ann, it seems like in a lot of the games I've seen, when it's 0-0, then one team scores, it sometimes can kind of break things open a little bit, and it's like the tension is off. You kind of go up there and try and you know, just take your cracks at it, rather than when it's so tight when it's 0-0.
Right. When it's tight like that, you know, like I said earlier in the game, the team that makes, you know, the most mistakes usually is the team to give up, you know, more runs. So definitely Armstrong is probably playing very relaxed and very confident at the moment.
Viseras ground out and then a single and scored a run in the 5th. In that last huge inning, she actually was reinserted after having a courtesy runner sent in for her. Get a more experienced runner out there. I have to be honest, I wasn't aware that you would be allowed to do that even. Have a courtesy runner come in and then turn around and run for her in that same inning.
Yes, a new rule brought to Minnesota high school fast pitch this year is that courtesy runner. And you know, you can use it to your advantage in many ways.
3-0 pitch is over for a strike.
Seems like the rain's coming back. You know, this region tournament started with rain, and it looks like here we'll be finishing with rain.
Viseras cut and a miss there. Now we're going to have a runner at first, and I'm sorry, I did not see exactly what happened there.
No, I tell you what, I was messing around with this tarp, and I missed it too.
Viseras was awarded first. Brandl is the hitter and pitched down low. The courtesy runner again is Landecker. See if we can see what make do with what happens. Could it be catcher interference here? He may have tipped the catcher's glove on the way by. I'm not sure what happened there.
Sure can't see it on this camera angle. but she swung.
Confusing play there. We've had a few of those there. And again, Richfield really didn't argue though, so I guess, I don't know.
There's the slap.
Off the pitcher's glove, and still time for Smith to throw it across, and Brandel is out. It does move the base runner up. Another look at it.
Squares
Brandel
up to bunt, pulls back, slaps again, trying to move that runner up to second.
Boy, I thought the Williams deflecting that one might be enough to throw the thing off for Richfield, but still a good patience to get her. Retrum is the batter.
Come on, Britta.
1-0 count, and here's a little tapper, and this one will be tough. Just got her. Nice throw by Lunneborg. Ball kind of bounced back into fair territory again there, but she gets the out at first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. And after 5.5, 4-0 Armstrong.
One left on base.
Why are so many businesses advertising on Channel 12?
It's generated a lot more business. As far as my wedding cakes, that's what I was gearing toward, and I think my wedding cakes increased about 40% over the past year. The commercial ran all last year, and it really boosted that up.
Call Chuck Moberg at 533-8196 to put the power of Channel 12 advertising to work for your business.
Contestant number 1, which category is it going to be?
Community Journal for 400.
Community Journal is a weekly show which features A, local businesses, B, profiles on people, C, a closer look at city government, D, lifestyles, or E, all the above.
E, all the above?
You've got that much right. Jumping to the bonus question for 1,200. Community Journal is on how many times a day?
Community Journal is on 3 times a day?
Here we go to the bottom of the 6th. Emily Rogers, Lisa Weber, Laura Heisey, the 2-3-4 hitters will step up for Richfield. They face a big deficit here of 4-0, but a couple more cracks at it here for the Spartans, and they have to be thinking, one base runner at a time. Try and get something going.
Absolutely, and no better place to start but the top of your order here with 2-3-4 coming up to bat.
Way upstairs with that one from Becerris. And if you're Armstrong right now, you have to not be thinking about, boy, I wonder what it's going to be like to be handed the trophy or anything like that. You have to bear down for these last couple at bats.
Absolutely, you got to stay focused, and you got to play this game 7 innings worth. You can't let up. You just got to keep your mind on what's going on at the moment. Right now, it's Armstrong's trying to get this batter out.
Rogers a half swing there for a strike, 1-1. Fouls this one off the umpire, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I do believe, though, Armstrong has had quite a successful year with their girls' athletics program, with volleyball and basketball going to the state tournament, volleyball winning the state tournament. Definitely a fine group of athletes at Armstrong.
Sarah sails that one to the backstop, but no harm done, 2-2.
A lot of times when there's no runners on base, you just kind of let loose of that rise ball. It doesn't do any damage, any harm.
Rip and a miss, and Rogers down on strikes to start inning number 6.
That's just an incredible pitch by Becerris, and very, very tough for a hitter to get your bat on that ball.
8 strikeouts in the game for Missy Becerris. Lisa Weber will be the hitter. Up and away. Change up, knock to Becerris, who flags it down, fires to first, 2 gone.
starts that batter out with the changeup. Batter's out in front of it. Little roller back to Viserys.
You know, and I think, Missy, as a lot of pitchers have to do in their careers, they learn that you don't have to strike everybody out. That's just as good. Get her out front, get her off balance. You only use one pitch, not a lot of energy wasted.
Absolutely.
I think most pitchers, not that she isn't going to strike out her share, obviously, but I think, you know, pitchers when they're younger, they figure, well, every batter that comes up, I'm going to blow it by him, I'm going to strike out everybody, and it's, you know, works to your advantage to keep the fielders on their toes, too.
Just missed with her changeup again. Most important thing, I think, for a pitcher is just to be unpredictable.
A little inside there, and it's 3-0. Oh, 2-1, I'm sorry. One of those was a strike. Now 3-1.
Heisey, a very good hitter, and Viserys is perhaps trying to pitch around her a little bit, not wanting to give her anything decent to hit.
Pops it up. Brandel, the catcher, coming back, juggles and makes the catch.
Nice catch by the catcher.
Right in front of the backstop. Howlett hangs onto it. So Richfield out in the 6th. No runs, no hits, and no one left on base. We'll go to the 7th. Armstrong 4 and Richfield 0.
I gotta go.
Why are so many businesses advertising on Channel 12?
I think the biggest thing I get is the fact that it's in my market area, and I am not advertising in areas where it's very difficult for me to do business. I think if they're looking at another exposure for advertising their business or their products, they should be looking at Cable 12. The payback for what you get is worth it.
Call Chuck Moberg at 533-8196 to put the power of Channel 12 advertising to work for your business.
Northwest Cities on Channel 12 shows you the city programs that help you improve your life, save you money, and keep you educated. Northwest Cities on Channel 12 introduces you to the people who run your city, protect your family, and improve your neighborhood. Northwest Cities on Channel 12 gives you the stories that keep you informed, take you inside, and get you involved with your city and your community. Northwest Cities, every day after Channel 12 News.
7th inning, straight ahead here. Armstrong trying to close in on a section championship. They lead it 4-0. Lisa Van Dierendonk, Katie Hoyer, Michelle Kenneth scheduled to bat against Anna Williams. First pitch over for a strike. Lisa bouncer to third and a single, and scored a big run in that 4-run 5th for the Falcons.
Nice job by Williams to come back this inning and get ahead on this first batter here. Now she's way ahead with a 2-strike count on the hitter.
Way to swing the bat.
Makes Van Dierendonk dance out of the way of that one. 1-2.
Definitely, when you have an 0-2 count, you don't want to pitch anything good. You want to make him chase a bad pitch. Williams just got a little bit inside on that pitch.
Tough one to take there, but it is outside for ball 2. 2-2. There's a called 3rd strike. Van Dierendonk out to start inning number 7. That is the 3rd strikeout by Williams. And Katie Hoyer will hit. Katie 0 for 2 in the game. Grounder to short. Pop her to 3rd.
The hitters for Armstrong do not strike out very much. They're a very good contact hitting team.
And she makes contact but knocks it right back to Williams for out number 2. Michelle Kenneth will be the hitter.
Nice play by Williams. Fields it cleanly, picks it up, tosses over to first.
Come on, Michelle.
Kenneth 1 for 2 and scored a run in the 5th. Cut and a miss here. Actually, I'm sorry, 0 for 2. She swung and missed and reached on the ball in the dirt. Couldn't read my own writing there for a second. Ball, 1 strike here to Michelle Kenneth with 2 outs, nobody on base, top of the 7th for Armstrong, and they lead 4-0.
Seems like the rain's gone away again. It kind of comes and goes, and right now it's gone.
Only bad thing about tonight is you'd think maybe you could leave the blanket at home when it gets to be June, but maybe not. Little bouncer to third, Lenneborg up with it. Here's her throw, it's low and she's safe. Not handled by the first baseman Heisey, and Kenneth is aboard. So the inning not over.
Nice ground ball that you want to get, and third baseman came up, made a nice throw. A little bit low for the first baseman, just ball kind of fell right out of her glove.
Yeah, still should have been handled by the first baseman. It was low, but not in the dirt. Calhoun is the hitter. And lofts one out. This one's going to find the hole right behind shortstop, and Calhoun has another base hit. 2 for 4 now is April, and Gian Hill will be the batter. Armstrong getting greedy here, not satisfied with that 4-0 lead.
Calhoun, besides being a great basketball player, she's really proven herself this year as a great softball player. She goes with the pitch. She can hit it out to the outfield. She can put it down for a bunch. She can do the run and slap. And with her speed, she's absolutely a very dangerous batter, hitter.
Hill a cut and a miss here. Hill is 0 for 3 in the game. In the dirt, Crane can't find it. Runners will move up.
Seems like things just are not going Richfield's way right now at the moment.
Yeah, the ball never got more than a couple inches from Crane, but just plain couldn't see it in time. And really give credit, Hill was running right away as soon as she realized that. This one gets away as well, but not far enough.
Another ball in the dirt here. Again, there's 2 outs. Richfield's got to get out of this inning here.
Yeah, and it's interesting that Armstrong really did absolutely nothing offensively for the first 4 innings, but then have made life tough on Williams since then. A little tapper. Flip to first base in time. Hill is out. Falcons threaten but don't score in the 7th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left aboard. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Armstrong 3 outs away from a trip to state.
Stormy and rainy or sunny and 80, the weather affects you. Just one station brings you up-to-the-minute weather every 10 minutes. Channel 12 with AccuWeather. In a matter of moments, Channel 12 and AccuWeather bring you the current weather conditions, hourly and 5-day forecasts, as well as satellite and radar pictures. So your leader for local news, sports, and events is now your leader for local weather too. Just one station brings you up-to-the-minute local weather every 10 minutes. AccuWeather on Channel 12.
Contestant number 1, which category is it going to be?
Community Journal for 400.
Community Journal is a weekly show which features A, local businesses, B, profiles on people, C, a closer look at city government, D, lifestyles, or E, all the above.
E, all the above?
You've got that much right. Jumping to the bonus question for 1200. Community Journal is on how many times a day?
Community Journal is on 3 times a day?
bottom of the 7th in the Section 6 championship. Anna Williams, Amber Westerhouse, and Karen Crane scheduled to bat for the Spartans here in the bottom of the 7th. Big task ahead of them, but Armstrong proved that you can score a run or 2 or 3 or 4 in an inning. So, and they'll start out with a pretty good hitter here in Anna Williams. She bounced back to Becerris and then reached on an error by the shortstop Wyburn. And rifles this one up the middle for a base hit on the changeup. Here's
oh
Calhoun
my gosh.
throwing. Oh, she's out. Never mind that base hit call. Calhoun throws her out from center field.
Wow, you do not see that very often in a high school fast pitch game. She hit that ball right on the nose, right at Calhoun, who comes charging in, and she comes up throwing that ball right to first base. Gets her by a step. Nice glove by the first baseman.
Now from right field, it's not rare at all. From center, it's about unheard of. And I need to learn not to say base hit because it didn't happen. There's Westerhouse, a cut and a miss.
Well, Calhoun being so quick, she was right on top of that ball right away. And I saw her earlier in this game when she got a hit out there looking to throw to first. So it's something that she does look for. Boy, that just took the momentum right around for Richfield here.
1 ball, 1 strike to Westerhouse, a fly to center and a strikeout in the game so far, 0 for 2. Swung at it, I believe. They're going to check with the umpire. Yeah, he's, I think, a pretty clear-cut one there. Amber was not able to hold back, so 1 and 2.
Becerris looking very good out on that mound. She's very tough. She comes with that good hard rise ball. That's very, very difficult to stay off of.
Little tapper. Brandel, the catcher, will throw to first and skips it there, and she's safe. Westerhouse is aboard. With 1 out, and boy, that now all of a sudden that play that Calhoun made throwing the runner out at first is even a lot bigger.
Absolutely. This game changes momentum quickly and often depending on what happens here.
So a throwing error on Brandel. We're going to have a runner coming on at first base for Esterhaus. And it's a runner wearing a sweatshirt. I'm trying to read the hand signals. Did he show 22? Yeah, must not be. Karen Crane, I guess, apparently, is what they're saying. Umpire did signal what the, or no, I'm sorry, the Crane is up, and I think it is Scanlon, yeah.
Scanlon.
22, we're going to say that's Kristen Scanlon, and I think that was the signal they gave. And they're getting it sorted out on the lineup card. Here's what Becerris decides to play catch for a moment. Crane is the hitter, of course. 2 strikeouts in 2 trips in this game. And as I recall, did not fare very well in the first game either. No, struck out 2 of the 3 times she was up. A little inside for ball 1.
Richfield down by 4 runs certainly is going to be hitting away here, trying to make something happen with a single or extra base hit here.
Yeah, it does take away a lot of the strategy at this point when you're still at 0. This one will roll foul. Kenneth smartly picking it up just in case it hops back into play like that one did earlier in the game. That was probably as big as any play we've had all game long. A spinner down the first baseline for Armstrong that spun back into fair ground, hit the first base bag, bounced away, and actually 2 runs scored on the play. Crane right at Kenneth, fair ball, and the throw to first, a 1 hopper that Van Dierendonk digs out, 2 outs.
That ball was hit sharply up the line. Third baseman made a nice defensive play on that. Underthrew it a little bit, 1 hopped it back to the first baseman here. Here it is, nice backhand, picks it up.
Well, the one nice thing about that was you take one big hop instead of a little short hopper that the first baseman can't handle. I don't know that she probably intended to do that, but at least it made it an easier play for Lisa at first. Jessica Snively, it's up to her. Bounces it, Becerra can't get it. Hill flips to first, and there it is. Armstrong is headed to state. They needed to win 2, and they got it done. 4-0 Falcons is the final as they take the 2001 Section 6 AAA championship. For Richfield in the 7th, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left aboard. Your final score is Armstrong 4, Richfield 0. We'll be back with more here from the U of M in just a moment.
Northwest Cities on Channel 12 shows you the city programs that help you improve your life, save you money, and keep you educated. Northwest Cities on Channel 12 introduces you to the people who run your city, protect your family, and improve your neighborhood. Northwest Cities on Channel 12 gives you the stories that keep you informed, take you inside, and get you involved with your city and your community. Northwest Cities, every day after Channel 12 News.
Armstrong 4, Richfield 0, and let's join the awards ceremony here in the Section 6 tournament.
Number 31, Kelly Valentini. And number 33, Anna Williams. And now, will the captains of Richfield High School please step forward to receive your second place trophy? Congratulations to Richfield High School on second place. The Spartans are coached by Kim Niederlucky, assisted by Leslie Zismer, Jody Halverson, Gretchen Hall, and Desiree Dasher. The 2001 Section 6-3A Girls High School Softball Champion is Robinson Armstrong. Each member of the official squad will receive a gold medal. The gold medals will now be presented to each member. Will you please step forward to receive your first place medal as your name is called? Number 1, Britta Rettrum. Number 2, Gian Hill. Number 3, Alyssa Coons. Number 4, Katie Hoyer. Number 5, April Calhoun. Number 8, Abby Patterson. Number 9, Katie Weiberg. Number 10, Katie Brando. Number 11, Missy Becerra. Number 12, Michelle Craig. Number 13, Erin Prinkola. And number 14, Kate Farion. Number 15, Lisa Van Dierendam. Number 16, Erin Landeker. Number 17, Maggie McDonald. Number 18, Michelle Kenneth. Student manager, Jerry Tungen. Chad Perkins. And Sam Lichterman. And where is that Robbinsdale Armstrong Bulldog dog? Falcons of Robbinsdale Armstrong High School, please step forward to receive your championship trophy. The Falcons are coached by Bob Brinkman and assisted by Teresa Hartman Lloyd. Congratulations to Bob.
Congratulations to both teams. The Falcons will move on to state to play Park Cottage Grove in the first round in North Mankato. We will be back with more here from the University of Minnesota to hear from some happy Falcons in just a moment. Again, the final score, Armstrong 4, Richfield nothing.
I'm handsome.
Fact, fine arts activities can increase a student's self-esteem. A message from the Minnesota State High School League.
Why are so many businesses advertising on Channel 12?
Because it works. It's worked.